Welcome back to Under Oath. You know, it's strange when we talk about sports because it seems like such a dude thing.
Yeah.
Like sports is always a dude thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, my daughter, she played a little basketball in junior high school, but there was really nothing really for her to do. And I think what happens in high school is women kind of get in sports because they feel like they got to do like an extracurricular event, while men do it because that it defines them.
We think it does.
I'm a football player. I'm a basketball player. I'm this. And then the hard fact is nobody tells us when we're playing high school ball that that's all we get.
Oh, this is going to be it. This is going to be, yeah.
This is our Al Bundy moment.
Now, here's the thing about you and I, which is I think is very unique. We both were athletes, but we're two geeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we say that with pride. Yeah.
Well, my brothers kicked my ass as a kid.
Did they really?
So they beat me. My brothers were 6 and 8 years older than me. We played tackle football. And they knocked me out cold a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
that when I played against people my own size,
you were just like, I can take
even
this.
bigger.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Did you know the same thing happened to me?
Well, you see, you're opening the door to this. I know I'm going to get smacked. I just feel the smack.
Why?
I feel the smack.
Why?
Because I know you.
I'm just gonna.
You're too good. Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
just say I went through the
Did
same.
Did I spoil the line?
No, you didn't. I went through the same thing too, getting my ass kicked. That's it. No, really.
You're not going to by my dad. No.
No. He was. I don't know my father.
All right.
But no.
Shut up. That was my mom. I didn't want to admit it now.
No, my mom was. Ooh.
My mom whooped my ass.
My mom, yes, she did. My mom was a cop, by the way. So my mom had a special way she would punish her. She wouldn't just give us a spanking. She would use her police belt.
Oh, that's why too.
She would take all the metal off of it.
That's a big piece of leather on that.
And she'd take everything off of it, but the leather itself. Okay. But the leather's this thick.
I want to play this over for you.
Yeah.
As she's talking to you. Oh, you done screwed up now. As she's slowly removing the gun from it. She's slowly sliding everything. Oh, you hear the handcuffs. I don't need these.
Yeah.
And she's slowly taking this thing apart.
Yep.
It's the anticipation of getting your ass whooped, which is bad.
She knew that.
Ooh, you did it. And then she slowly puts one side onto the other and goes, touch your toes.
Yep. Assume a position.
Lock.
That's right. That's right. And I'm going to say this for the record for anybody watching. No, I earned every ass whooping I got. Yeah. Earned every one of them.
He was doing his color purple impression. Nettie! Silly!
She did not like that. She didn't find that funny at all.
No. See that? But sports for me was a very important thing, but I didn't realize I would never play again. I knew. I didn't because I didn't think about it.
Really?
I was in the moment.
You were having a good time.
I was having a good time winning. I was ridiculously aggressive on the football field. Ridiculously. I would lose my mind. Football's about a mentality. It's not – size is important.
It is.
Not like in law, but size is important.
Gotcha.
But when it comes down to playing football, it's an aggressive nature. That's why, for example, when you hear Deion Sanders go, I want a kid who came from had a single mom.
Yeah.
I don't want a family.
I want a broken home.
I want somebody hungry. I want somebody's this. And that's what happens when you have this aggressive nature and you're just a fighter in general.
Yeah.
When you line up in front of somebody, it doesn't matter how big they are because your mind is, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
You can't stop me.
Football's one of those sports where you can take everything that's wrong in your life, all your frustration, anxiety, all those things that make you angry. You can then get those things out on the field. Now,
I remember when I became a sports agent, I traveled all around the country. I would sit in practices. I meet with players. And the problem is when you do go to the next level, there's a level of entitlement.
That comes with, that contract.
And that was before, and I was a sports agent before they started paying players over the table.
Got it.
I remember going to Hampton University, which was a traditional black college.
That's right.
And I didn't know that.
Gotcha.
But I had a player I was supposed to meet.
You found out really quick when you got there.
And I walked to campus. I said, I got to tell you, the diversity on this campus is amazing. I was going, good for them.
Because you were the diversity part. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'm supposed to meet him in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and this cafeteria has about 900 kids in it.
Yeah.
And no white kids.
None.
I walked in the door, and it got quiet. It was like I was a narc or something. I walked in, and from a distance, the player I was going to meet screams out, Jerry! Because he was joking. He called me Jerry Maguire. Jerry!
You walk in, the record skips.
So they go, oh, no, that's my agent.
Yeah.
And I have to walk through this, huge mass of people.
This gauntlet.
Hundreds of boom boxes playing different music as I'm going in. And I sit down at the table, and there are like 18 people at the table. All right, Jerry, tell me what I'm getting paid.
That's
and
funny.
I'm like, like, dude, you're going to the Arena Football League. You ain't getting paid a lot. But I didn't say that.
You're going to get paid.
But I didn't say that.
Yeah. But
this dude he wound up playing for the Oklahoma City Road Dogs.
Okay.
Which was and I flew in because we had a tryout with the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
But he had to play in the game that night, and then we had to drive to Dallas from Oklahoma City.
How long was that?
I remember being forever.
There you go.
I just remember flying in there watching. He played both sides of the ball.
Iron Man football.
And tore his groin. So I was going, oh, my God. We got a huge tryout. He's not going to be able to run. He's not going to be able to do this.
No.
We get there. He sleeps in the car. I drive the whole way.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a Jerry Maguire moment. This clearly is. And he's like, thanks, Jeff, for coming. I said, no, I got this. I'm going to go with you myself. We go out there.
Makes sense.
They make him work out for like 4 hours, and they know he's hurt. And he plays through the pain. He plays through it all. And the coach says to me, he goes, man, I would put him on the team in a second. But he's not big enough. He's not fast enough, and he doesn't jump high enough. I said, but what about, this guy plays both sides of the ball. He will do what you need him to do. He goes, I can't bring him on in case it doesn't work out. These are the requirements when we bring somebody on the team. They have to have all these 3 things.
You got to hit these check marks.
Yes. And I was devastated for him.
I was going to ask you, because you're representing people and it's their dream, but you have an investment in those people's dreams.
A ridiculous amount of money.
So how do you feel when you don't get what they want?
I deluded myself at the time.
Okay.
I felt I was Jerry Maguire. I felt I cared about these people.
You do.
This. And I had a guy from the Dallas Cowboys who was drafted. I'm not saying what year, but it was like one of the first round draft picks. And I had been working with him for 3 years.
Okay.
He was my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Day of signing, phones go dead. Signing day for me. I talked to him every night for 3 years.
No. Are you serious?
I was devastated. I was like, did that just happen? I was there for him. I explained money. I explained everything to him. I did everything that a regular agent wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And the day after, I said, I'm out. I was out the day after. I said, it broke my heart. And he calls me up 6 months later. And he's like, Jeff, I'm like, I can't. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah,
He goes, everything you told me would happen. I've got no money. The agent took it all. My family took it all. Everything you said would happen.
It happened to him.
He goes, I want you to represent me. I said, for what? You've got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to, everyone's taking the money. You want me just to stand here and do everything I did before
and then
for you after you screwed me over like this?
Absolutely. And put yourself in a position to get screwed again?
I said, I want you to know something. I won't be your agent.
No.
But anytime, I'll always take your calls.
Yes.
But it was devastating to me. It was such a ridiculous betrayal. But everything I told him would happen. He calls me up and says, my uncle, 15 cars showed up at my uncle's house. And they said he would be bankrupt if I didn't sign with this agent. So that's what happens. Houses, cars, you'll hear it all the time, like the Reggie Bush thing about a house. I'm going, that's light.
Yeah.
For a first round draft pick, these guys are getting paid more than that. You want to read? So look at read Bosworth's book about how there was always $10,000 in the bank account. No matter what he did, there was always $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
You go in, third stringers are driving Escalades.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch football for about 2 years.
I was going to say you were sick. When that happened to you, man, I couldn't imagine.
I was brokenhearted.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time LSU was playing Mississippi State, and I had players on both sides of the ball.
Oh, what was that like?
Oh, man, that was hard because I had to go see both of them. So I went to see the losing team first.
Get it over with.
And they got crushed.
Yeah, got it over with.
Mississippi got killed.
Yeah.
And they're depressed. And I see him at the bus as he's getting on the bus. He comes and gives me a hug. And I said, dude, you guys got crushed.
Yeah.
And I said, the good news is you will never take an ass whooping like that again.
No, you can't.
You've gotten over.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like. You want to, and he goes, I don't know if that makes me feel better. I said, it should.
Yeah.
Go, this is the worst it gets. Mm-hmm. You've hit bottom now.
There you go.
This is the bottom. There's no farther.
You know what it feels like.
So he thanked me, got on the bus. Mm-hmm. And then I had to go see the guys who were, it was the defensive lineman, defensive end for LSU. And I went over there and they looked like they hadn't played a game. They were running around, feeling good, laughing, joking. I was like going, did you guys even play?
Not even sweating?
I saw you on the field.
Yeah, I know. Feeling good about themselves.
They were so healthy. These guys When I say, I'm not talking like the linemen who are bigger, who don't move a
Yeah.
lot. I'm talking like the cornerbacks, linebackers, defensive ends.
Wonderful shape,
They're
right?
fast. They're ridiculous.
Hmm.
You know, I'll never know what that's like. I'll never know what's like.
Yeah,
And I think that's why we watch TV and we watch all these games and we're so into it. Why did this guy do that? Because we didn't have to do it.
That's right,
I want you to know, I would have torn my Achilles running out there.
bro. I would.
You and I were 50-50 for that happening to
I
us.
would have pulled my groin getting out of the car.
What happened?
Okay, yeah.
Jeff hurt himself getting out of the car.
Yeah, that's me.
it. That's the way
me.
it would have went.
Yeah.
So I think when it all comes down to it, I think we live whatever glory we had when we were younger, whether it be pee-wee football, high school football, junior high tetherball.
Yeah.
And we live that through our athletes. So
We do.